Actually a slave to Christ. You probably don't like that terminology, but you all are slaves to sin and unrighteousness. I'm a slave to Jesus. So I want to do, in a sense, I'm a bondservant. In other words, he's done something amazing for me, giving me heaven when I deserved hell. And so I'm so grateful. I'm saying, hey, hook me up, put on the golden handcuffs. I love you. What can I do to serve you? Hey, go down to U of O today. Take the day off, unpaid day off, or take vacation. Yeah, took vacation day to come down. Kind of expensive. It's probably about $175, $180 or whatever I make a day. I don't know what it is. I haven't kept track of it. But because I love you guys and I love God, I want to get this word out. I'd like to do this more, but I haven't retired yet. When I retire, I want to do this full time.
Right.
But anyway, I'm kind of getting off of your original question. But no, but yeah, you can't have morals without God. Otherwise, you're stealing. Sure.
Because your friend's being very unreasonable and actually treating me very disrespectfully. When I was treating him with so much respect earlier, I did not have to choose to do that. I'm gonna have to.
So what's your question?
I have a question. Do you think my mom chose to have an abortion if it was to save her life?
Do I think? I don't know your mom. I don't know the situation.
That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
There are multiple women in a year who have to have an abortion because it saves their life. But do you think they chose freely to have an abortion? You're going to take that away from people where it could save their life? Are you okay with that?
Yeah, I think we should always try and save both the mother and the baby. It's actually very rare.
Take the baby out of the question. Baby's already dead. You have to take it out.
Oh, that's not an abortion. That's not an abortion.
But that's the procedure you have to take.
No, if you're removing
the abortion is the medical process. It's not the death of the baby. It is the medical process.
Abortion is murdering a baby.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's murdering a baby.
I'm
talking about a miscarriage or a death of a baby. Yeah. So I'm not against that, and it's a sad thing. It's not the fault of the mother. The mother will not be. She won't be culpable to God for a baby that died in her womb. She will be culpable for a baby that she murdered in her womb.
What if the baby was killing her?
Yeah, but the problem is they.
No, I would like you to answer my question. What if the baby was killing her? Do you think she chose to have an abortion freely if it was killing her life?
Well, we're talking about animals and morals. Most animals would die for their babies, whereas we've become more like animals where women will kill their baby to save themselves, even though the doctors you know who determines whether the baby's going to kill the mother?
It doesn't matter. You're not answering my question.
Well, it's the I'm
You're
trying
saying
to.
That a clump
the
of
abortionist
cells inside of a body is more important than the life that we should be protecting.
The abortionist tells you who's getting money. By the way, the abortionist tells the woman that this baby's going to kill you. We better take it out. We better end your pregnancy. Murder the baby.
That my mother deserved to die more than the thing that was actually killing her. You're just saying that I don't deserve to have a mother because of the thing that was fucking killing her.
No, the doctor should have tried to save both. Not murder the baby.
It doesn't matter if the baby was already killing her.
But I don't know that.
And the baby was sick anyways.
I don't know that.
And the baby was sick and the baby was killing her. You're saying that it is more better for them to try to save the baby first than to have my own mother here raise me. That's exactly what you're saying. You're saying it doesn't matter that the baby was killing my mother.
I'm saying we should always try and save both. If one dies in the process, it's horrible.
I agree.
But a good physician should always try and save both.
I agree, but in the case that it doesn't work, you really think that people, yes, some people freely choose to have an abortion and that is their right, but you're saying, what you're saying is
totally
that the
disagree.
You're saying that the majority of people who choose to have an abortion are wrong, but it saves their lives. Basically,
no, it doesn't.
Wait,
no, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Do you think my mother chose to have an abortion?
You want to just believe what you want to believe, or do you want to hear the source of an accredited PhD that does OB anesthesia that says there is no one that needs to have an abortion to save their life anymore? It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. For you to believe otherwise, you've been told a lie. You believe a lie.
Can I respectfully?
And these people that lie to you hate you. Completely hate you.
Can I respectfully tell you what my story is, please?
My father is an OBGYN. He's chief of the department at Detroit Mercy Hospital. I think he knows more than you.
I don't think my wife's PhD from the Mayo Clinic he knows more of. So, no, he doesn't.
He specializes in obstetrics. Does your wife specialize in that?
She's specialized in that for over 20 years. So
do you think that my mother chose to get an abortion because she wanted to? No.
Okay, I'll tell you what.
It was her life or the thing that hadn't been born yet, that had no chance of living in this world either. If it was her that died, he basically told me that my mother should have died and we should have saved the baby.
No, we should
That's
try and
exactly
save,
because you
try and
compare her.
save both.
You
Try and
compare
save
her
both.
to an animal
can be
that
saved.
dies for her baby.
Both can be saved. If they
And in the chance that it can't be saved.
If they told her otherwise, they lied.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
Complete
That's
lie.
so interesting because my baby brother was already sick and dying in her womb and it was killing her. It wouldn't matter if
the baby was
my
already
brother was
dead.
born.
What they do is do a DNC. That's not an abortion.
You're not listening to me.
You're not listening. That's not an abortion.
Exactly, because it is science.
That's not an abortion. The baby was already dead. You're not killing a baby. An
Yes,
abortion.
it wasn't already
You
dead.
said the baby was
Did you
dead
know
and
that
killing your mom.
The surgeon,
Was the
I didn't
baby
say
dead?
the baby was dead. I said the baby was dying.
Oh, I thought you said dead.
No, the baby was dying.
What
And
year
if
was
the
this?
baby, it doesn't matter
Yeah,
what
it
year
does
it
because
was.
with today's technology, both can be saved.
No,
You believe
that's
a
not
lie.
true.
You believe a lie.
That's not true
It
at
is
all,
true.
actually.
I don't care what you
Do you
think.
even
You're
understand
believing what's false.
Do you understand what
Both can be saved today.
So
There
you
are-
would
If you don't care
even
what we think, then why are you here?
to tell you the truth.
No,
But you're not gonna listen to what we have to say.
Stop. Do you understand the many?
Well, if they'll stop interrupting, I haven't talked to you yet, and every time I try to talk to somebody, there's a multitude of all you folk that sit and interrupt
Can I please?
and put their signs between people.
Can I please
Yeah,
try
yeah,
to
yeah.
explain what's happening without any interruptions? Because every time I've tried to explain, I've been nothing but interrupted.
All right, me too, so go ahead.
The baby was dying in my mother's womb. It did not matter if the baby was born. He would have been dead when he was born. My mother would have had to either given birth to it or died in the process of having the baby. It was between my mother and the baby that was already dying. You would rather have my mother, who is a perfectly healthy woman, being killed from this baby who is already dying and sick and cannot be saved because of the sickness that it has.
I don't believe that.
Really?
I don't believe that.
Really?
I don't believe that.
So you would
I'm
totally
I'm not calling you a liar.
You would?
I'm not calling your mom a liar. What you were told, you believe. But what you were told is just an absolute crock of bull.
So you would totally be okay with the fact that my mom would have died and I would have had...
She wouldn't have.
Really? How can you say that for a fact?
Because
Were you there?
nothing happens
Were you
like
there?
that anymore.
Were you there?
Nothing happens anymore. Mothers and babies are saved all the time, and even when the
Did you know
baby
that
is dying and the
hundreds
baby
of
doesn't
mothers
survive,
who are
they do
colored
a
are dying on the
C-section.
operating table?
They do a C-section. They pull the baby. They try to get the baby to survive. At the same time, they try to get the mom to survive. There was other things that could have been done for your mom.
Really?
Yeah.
I want
Really.
you to, he is lying.
Yeah.
He's
Or
lying.
you're lying.
Did you
or
know?
they lied to you.
Did you know that there are hundreds of women that still die on the operating table every single year because of the medical technology we do not have?
Yeah, there's people that die on operating tables of any procedures from
I am saying from
toenails to
birthing procedure.
Right. But with the technological advances, more women are saved than not. Even on the most high risk, even of the most high risk of pregnancies, mothers survive.
That's not true. My father
It's absolutely
specializes
true.
in high-risk
So
pregnancies.
does my wife. So does my wife, and it's probably more years experience. We have grandkids older than you. Don't even tell me what your dad knows and doesn't know.
I think my father and your wife are both
Equally
probably qualified for their jobs. Otherwise, they wouldn't hold those
You've
Okay,
been
then they
lied
both
to,
have
like
a
you
different
said.
opinion. So who you believe? You believe your dad? I'll believe my wife. So who's right?
I don't believe anyone. I believe the facts that children and women die in childbirth.
It happens.
It happens all the time.
It happens in any kind of surgical procedure. Sometimes even the simplest things, gallbladder, someone could die from. That's just how things work. People live, people die. It's not because of the pregnancy. It's not because of the
It can be because of the pregnancy.
Sometimes not. It's not anymore.
Do you think
That's not true.
Do you think that the 11-year-old who got raped should have to bear the child of that rape?
What 11-year-old?
Did you know that there are multiple children being raped every single year and have to bear? There was literally, you can look it up if you would like. There was.
I can certainly look it up on the internet, and everything I see is going to be really, really believable.
It is very ignorant of you to believe that little
always
women,
love the baby, never murder the baby.
It is very ignorant for you to think that little girls girls are not being raped to this day. When I was a little girl who got sexually assaulted, you implied it. Just like you said that I implied negativity earlier. This is you implying that
people that does happen to people. I don't deny it.
Yeah. So hypothetically,
Sex trafficking is
the 11-year-old who got raped and has to bear the child.
Show me,
It's not hypothetical.
Show me an instance.
Hypothetical. That's literally all you had. About a month ago, there was an 11-year-old who got raped and had to travel a state to get an abortion because it got pregnant. Why should I know the name?
Anonymous for her safety.
It was anonymous.
You saw it on the internet, right?
Right.
And
Okay.
you get all
But
your
you should answer my
information
question.
from this old-ass book that
You
you
should
don't even know
answer
where
my
it
Always,
question.
always love the baby, never hate the baby, never murder the baby.
Yeah, right. So the 11-year-old that got raped
and they claim it's the
should
word of
have
God,
to
but
bear,
God didn't write
should
it.
have to bear the
God
child.
inspired them, but it's not God.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah,
That's
and
super
adopt the baby
interesting.
out if they need to, but never murder the. There's never a justification for
The
murder.
11-year-old girl's body is not capable of carrying a pregnancy.
I know.
Sure they can.
Really?
Yeah.
You really truly believe that?
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Never
horrible. That's absolutely
never
horrible.
murder the baby. Never return evil for evil. Why not punish the rapist? Kill the rapist.
Because you told me that I have to love the person that sexually assaulted me, or I'm a murderer.
Did you just suggest to kill the rapist?
Yeah, you do.
Did you just suggest that?
Oh, no, I'm saying that should be.
No, run that back.
Did
No.
you just suggest someone should rape somebody?
No.
Did you just suggest that?
Yeah, wow.
See, I'm just using your stupid
Yeah, yeah.
back at you.
Yeah,
I'm not.
Rapist should be executed.
That way I get a better idea of
The
where
answer
his
is
idea
no.
was coming from.
The answer is no. You already know that. You know
No,
he
I
wouldn't
didn't, because
insinuate
he
that.
said
Rapist,
you should kill the rapist. That's what
rapist
he just
should be
said.
executed.
Okay.
Rapist should be
Okay,
executed.
now stop that. Stop
That's
that
killing.
right
It's
there.
not murder.
Isn't that what I asked him?
That's exactly what he
Okay.
Yeah, he's trying to.
So
You're trying to
what
spin
justifies-
it.
No,
You're
no,
trying to
listen,
spin
I'm
it.
just asking because I'm not trying to spin
So
it.
always love the baby, man. Don't
I'm
hate
not-
the
I'm not
baby.
trying to spin
Never
that.
murder the
So
baby.
Should the baby
Explain this
die
to
for
me.
the crime of the dad?
No, they should just
Why
go and
should the
find
mother have
Why
to
should
carry
the
the
baby?
consequences
I asked you a
of that?
question. Why should the baby die for the crime of the dad?
Because she didn't choose to have her body violated by an older man.
So the baby should die? The baby should be punished for
Because
that?
the mother
Well, technically, it's not even a
Basically, if the
sentence
baby should be
at the
punished
time
by
of
death for
abortion,
being
but
so
the
bad.
baby.
Yeah, because it's a clump of cells that haven't developed yet.
The baby is going to be punished no matter what because it
So
is
your brother was a
child that is
clump
not
of cells.
real.
Yes, he was actually. It was an embryonic
So what was the
cell.
big deal then? If
It's a fetus.
you know, if this your brother, it's just a clump of cells.
no, I haven't-
You gotta be consistent. See, that's the problem. So you're the
So
God,
I'm genuinely-
the God of this world has blinded your mind, and that's why you're so resistant to the gospel. But you need to soften your heart, repent, and believe the gospel, because we don't want you to burn in hell. That's why we're here. We hope you'll be saved from your
I have a
sins.
genuine
An
question.
embryonic development. You're not going to use the
Excuse me, sir. I have a genuine question, and I'm not even like trying to come at anybody.
They're not going to listen.
I just want to actually get a better idea of why you guys think the way you do, and it's not even like I'm not going to come at you, not going to like.
I'm trying to suggest
I just genuinely want to
It doesn't
see
work.
where
I
you
was
guys are coming
respectful
from.
to him
Like, I'm
earlier,
not-
and now he's trying to attack
That's
Okay,
why I'm
what's your
asking,
question?
Right, so that's why I'm
What's your
asking, right?
question?
So you said it's a like murder or like give rapists the death sentence, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm not mistaken, you in the Bible, I'm not exactly sure what it states in the Bible, but I'm pretty sure it's something along the lines of don't kill, right?
Shall not murder.
Right, correct. So just because it's justified by a system, which is
Your answer is true. You're not going to be open-minded.
just because it's justified by a system that came after the Bible was written, it's okay.
Well,
So
that's
let me-
where
let
our
me
system
reiterate.
came from.
No,
It
no,
came
no.
from the Bible, right?
So let me reiterate. So so you think that killing someone, which is still technically considered murder, right?
No, no.
Yeah.
How do you know that?
Murder and killing are two different things.
Okay, you can go ahead and explain it to me.
Well,
What's the difference between
killing
murder and
isn't
killing?
murder, but murder is killing. So if I had chicken dinner last night, I didn't murder, but I killed, right? That makes sense? So I killed an
Repeat that, sorry,
animal.
repeat that.
I had chicken dinner last night. If I had
Right.
chicken dinner, did I murder somebody?
No, because you ate chicken. Which
It's an animal.
murder.
has nothing-
So
yeah,
the
nothing-
murder is an illegal killing of a human being, right?
Correct. Okay,
if
so
some-
stop that right there. Stop that right there.
Yeah.
Perfect. I'm glad you said illegal because
Yeah.
that comes from a legal system, which was
Yeah.
which was brought in after the Bible was written. Yes or no?
Yeah, it's
Okay,
from the Bible.
okay, perfect.
So God said, "You shall not commit murder."
Right.
So-
So it's only okay when the government does it. So
No,
like,
not
what I'm
necessarily.
trying
We can
to
have
explain-
corrupt governments.
Right. What I'm trying
Yeah,
to
because like
explain
now they say
is-
you can murder babies up to birth in Oregon. That's unjust. That's horrible. That's an example. So what was your
my genuine? So I just don't like people that contradict themselves. And that's my point of view on this is how do you stand here, right, and have a sign that pretty much spreads hate, right? Because you're saying that
that's a loaded question. I can tell already.
No, it's not a loaded question.
Because the sign doesn't say I hate anybody. Where does it say that? You guys have taken English, haven't?
No.
If you haven't.